Today we are looking at the ultimate emergency brake of the parliament. Imagine the parliament is busy with its scheduled daily agenda, debating bills or passing budgets. Suddenly, a massive crisis hits the nation. How do MPs force the government to drop everything and address the burning issue? Exactly. That's where the adjournment motion comes in. By definition, it is an extraordinary procedural device used to draw the immediate attention of the House to a definite matter of urgent public importance. The keyword there is extraordinary, and it is called that for a very specific reason. When an adjournment motion is accepted, it literally sets aside the normal pre scheduled business of the House. It is the parliamentary equivalent of pulling the fire alarm. Because of its sheer power to disrupt, you can't just introduce it on a whim. The first major structural rule is that it can only be introduced in Lok Sabha. The Rajya Sabha does not have this power at all. Right, and there is a logical constitutional reason for that. An adjournment motion carries an inherent element of censure or severe criticism against the government. Since the Council of Ministers is collectively responsible only to the Lok Sabha under Article 75, the Rajya Sabha is not permitted to use this specific device. But even in the Lok Sabha, an individual MP cannot just stand up and stop the proceedings. To even be admitted, the motion needs the solid support of at least 50 members. Let's talk about the exact procedure. You have to submit a written notice before 10 a.m. on the day you want to move it. Copies must go to the Speaker, the concerned Minister, and the Secretary General. Ultimately, the Speaker has the absolute final say on whether to admit it or reject it based on the rule book. And once the Speaker admits it, the clock starts. The rules mandate that the discussion on an adjournment motion must last for a minimum of 2 hours and 30 minutes. It is a marathon debate where the government is directly held accountable for a specific failure or crisis. But what happens at the end of that debate? Unlike a no confidence motion, if an adjournment motion is passed, the government is not constitutionally bound to resign. However, it is seen as a massive moral defeat and a formal censure of the government's actions. Now, because it disrupts the entire legislative schedule, the rule book imposes very strict non negotiable conditions on what actually qualifies for this motion. Let's see what are the exact restrictions. There are 7 golden rules for its admissibility. First is definite and urgent. The matter must be definite, factual, urgent, and of massive public importance. Vague allegations simply won't survive the Speaker's scrutiny. Second is single issue. It should not cover more than one issue. You can't club multiple grievances together. It must be a single focused subject. Laser focus is the key. Third one is recent occurrence. The issue must be of recent occurrence. You cannot bring up a decade old historical debate or a slowly evolving long term problem. Fourth is no privilege issues. It must not raise a question of privilege because parliamentary privilege breaches have their own separate motion. Fifth is no repetition. You cannot use it to revive a discussion on a matter that has already been debated in the same parliamentary session. Sixth is not sub judice. It strictly cannot deal with any matter that is under adjudication by a court. The sub judice rule applies to prevent the legislature from interfering with the judiciary. And the seventh is no overlap. It should not raise any question that can be raised under a distinct separate motion. If there is already a designated parliamentary tool for the issue, like a call attention motion, you cannot use the adjournment motion. Exactly. It really highlights how the framers of our parliamentary rules balanced the need for urgent debate with the need for legislative efficiency. It ensures the government cannot dodge a national emergency but also prevent the opposition from stalling parliament over trivial or repetitive matters. In essence, the adjournment motion is a powerful weapon of accountability. It forces transparency, sparks a rigorous debate for over 2.5 hours, and tests the government's stance on immediate high stakes public concerns.